Hi Sagittarius, I hope you guys are doing great today. Welcome to your general reading for September 16th to the 22nd. We're going to do a very layered reading today. We're going to start with the yes-no spread with qualifiers. We're going to do a layered Celtic cross spread. So that's going to be two Celtic cross spreads laying on top of each other. Then we're going to do Lenormand, sweep all of that, and then do love only oracle at the end. So hopefully we'll give you guys some really good messages for this kind of crazy month, really is. It's kind of crazy. Now, the only two things I really want to mention about this week, I kind of consider this a very pensive week, the 16th to the 22nd. We do have the new moon in Virgo. Everybody's talking about that on the 17th, and that's going to be trining Saturn. So it's like very practical Virgo, landlord of the 6th house of day-to-day work environment, day-to-day in general, really, but also your health. Right, so we have that new moon there. So things really need to be looked at. And as far as some of you, your health, some of you, your day-to-day work environment, people that you work with, what goes on in that whole area. But we have Saturn in there, and Saturn's just very practical about structure. So normally we really like these two together, but they are going to be in tension with Mars retrograde, right? Which is just going on now. Now let's just talk about Mars retrograde. What does that even mean? Because Mars is that warrior planet, right, who really wants to fight for our highest good. That's really what Mars wants to do. And when we're talking about a planet going retrograde, it does not go backwards. It doesn't stop. It just slows down. And it's really asking us on a personal level to go within and to really ask those big, profound questions. Are we on the path that we're meant to be on? Are we in the right relationships for our highest good? Are we doing what we're meant to do? We might not have all the answers to those things, but really Mars wants us to at least be asking these questions. And what's interesting about this energy this week is we're going to feel like all the cards are out on the table. Everything's laid out. All the pieces are on the board. Everything's in front of us. Options, desires. Feeling closer to being honest about what we really want. Being honest, because if it's not ultimately good for us, it will not be a real viable option, right? Ultimately for us with the Mars retrograde. So we're seeing things more than we've been seeing them with a greater clarity than we have been. But because Mars is retrograde, Mars is saying, think about this more closely, think about it deeper. Fine tune what it is that you ultimately do want for yourself. For example, if you know that this relationship is not working out, this is a time to identify why. Get in touch with that and what is it that you need? What's missing? What's missing? Is it fixable? Is it not fixable? Having to do with that career as well. What maybe needs to be looked at as far as your money? So these are questions that we need to be asking now. Optimistic Jupiter is going to be in harmony with Neptune during this week, making us feel very idealistic and dreamy, which is a good thing. But Jupiter is going to be in tension with Mercury that's in Libra, creating this kind of frustration when it comes to communication. We're figuring out what it is that we really need to know or do exactly. Because remember, Mercury rules Gemini. Mercury also rules that 6th house of Virgo. Those are the two houses that Mercury rules. So we're really going to be, having a little bit of tension here with, and Gemini is all about learn. It's not only about communicating, it's about learning. It's about being the student. It could also be about signing things on the bottom line. So there might be this, issues with communication as far as buying a home, selling a home, anything like that. Signing on the bottom line for a job, anything like that can certainly be in tension here. But at the same time, we are going to be feeling like a significant optimism at the same time, it's going to be very interesting energy in that way. And then on the 22nd, we do have the Sun entering Libra, joining Mercury in there. So I think that that's going to be good. I think that that's going to kind of take the edge off of whatever snafu-y stuff is going to be going on as far as communication goes. Okay, so let's get right into the question. So the way this works, for those of you who are new to my channel, is I want you to ask one question in a full sentence format the same way 3 consecutive times. And it just needs to be a close-ended question that would require a yes, no, or a neutral answer having to do with anything that's on your heart, okay? I'm going to pull 3 cards in a row to come up with one final answer. Okay, so take a deep breath in, deep belly breath in, relax your shoulders, focus on the question. And card number 1 is the Sun. That is definitely a yes card. Card number 2, 6 of Cups. Second yes card. Card number 3, 6 of coins. 3 yeses, my friend. Sagittarius, it's a yes for whatever it is that you're asking about. So now let's just pull some qualifiers. We'll pull 2 qualifiers for each of these just to get some more information, and then we'll go into the layered Celtic cross spread. So we have the 5 of Swords, and we have the Hangwoman qualifying the Sun, the Ace of Coins, and the Moon energy qualifying the 6 of Cups, and we have 10 of Coins and 5 of Wands qualifying the 6 of Coins. Okay, so Sun. Sun is fabulous no matter how you slice it. Material, happiness, joyous outcome, success, having all the tools in your toolbox, as they say, to get a job done, to make something happen. You have everything that you need, but the Sun does require that you get up and you go do the work. You're going to have, the energy is going to be supportive, but it's not just going to come in and pull you off the couch or get you out of your house or make the phone calls for you or anything like that. But the energy is going to be very, very supportive surrounding whatever it is that you are here for, having to do with maybe money, your job, a relationship, whatever it is. So that's really good. Now we have to look at what's underneath all of that. We do have the 5 of Swords energy and the Hangwoman. So the Hangwoman, this is a Pisces energy. It's Neptune. Neptune rules Pisces, which is the 12th house. So there's going to be a lack of clarity, kind of in the space where Sagittarius, you may be in, and now this could have to do with, again, a job, an intimate relationship, a family situation, whatever it is, where you're in the space of not making any big, profound decision right now. You're kind of waiting and seeing because you don't have full clarity. That's the thing with the Hangwoman. It's not like you're just hanging out to hang out. You're hanging out because you're really not sure. It's like trying to look at reality through a dirty window or a thick fog. You kind of know it's there, but you're really not sure. Now we have the 5 of Swords. So what you may be unclear about is what's really going to be happening in the future, right? Because this is all about, the 5 of Swords can be, first of all, some of you can be dealing with a bully, or maybe you're a bully. I don't know. This is a general message. Please don't take offense to that. The energies could always be vice versa. But there could be this idea of literal or metaphorical theft as well with the 5 of Swords energy. And what I mean by literal is obvious, right? Somebody stealing from you, but metaphorical would be, somebody trying to deflect, somebody, exercising like gaslighting on you, some sort of narcissistic tendencies where it's like they're taking a piece of you, they're breaking you down a little at a time. Some of you are going to be experiencing that. This could also indicate some sort of violence, right? Mental, physical, emotional, some kind of abusive relationship you may be involved in. That could range from physical abuse to passive aggressive tendencies, anything like that. But where it ends up inciting this, really at the end of it, regardless of the structure of it, there's some sort of toxicity that's going on here. And the big question, because this is a Venus and Aquarius energy, is will it be any different moving into the future? Is this the right thing for me? At the end of the day, Venus in Aquarius. So Venus is a money planet. Venus is also about what we value, having to do with love, having to do with self-respect, self-value. And Aquarius, being ruled by Uranus, is all about the future and doing something different. Will things be different moving forward? And the thing is, I feel like you're in a space where you're just not sure. But while you're not sure, I want you to understand that you have the Sun energy surrounding you. So even though you may not be 100% sure on the final outcome of something, you have really good energy supporting you. Now you do have the 6 of Cups here. So some of you may be a little confused about something having to do with your past. So this could be a past job, a past relationship, anything, maybe old friends that you used to be, connected with. This is a really nice energy. It's nostalgic. There are gifts given in this energy. There's something very innocent. There's reunions happen very often in this energy as well. 6 of Cups. Now it can be a reconciliation with the relationship from the past, but it doesn't have to be. You may be in a situation, though, where you're presented with needing to make that decision. Should you, shouldn't you, kind of thing. Should you, shouldn't you return to that job? Some of you are going to be thinking about, hey, you know what? I started writing that book. I want to get back to that book. Or I wanted to be that thing at one point in my life. And why did I veer away from that. Some of you may just be literally visiting your childhood home, getting in touch with old friends, family members you haven't spoken to in a long time, but it's a really nice energy. It really is. It's a Sun and Scorpio energy. So we have more Sun energy here. And when we have Scorpio, when we throw Scorpio into the mix, Scorpio is ruled by Pluto, which is about transformation. So I feel like some of you are going to be returning to something from your past that's going to incite some sort of transformation, but you don't have all the information about it. But we have the Ace of Coins, which is indicative of a new job or a new connection. Really beautiful. It just is, right? This could be a new job for some of you. For some of you are in the same job, but you're getting a raise, a promotion. Some of you may be making a new investment. Maybe you're purchasing a new home or opening up a new business. This could also indicate some form of new income. But then we have the moon again. Now in tarot, the moon is connected to Pisces. So this is very interesting because we have the Hanged Woman, which is Neptune, and then we have the moon, which is connected to Pisces. So we have, it's like every leg of the way here, we have this element of, I don't really know all the answers, and that's okay, Sag. Like, you might think you know all the answers, but you really don't, and it could be a little frustrating, but what I like is there's newness, but there's a return to something from the past, if that makes sense to you, if you're resonating with that. But again, the moon rules things that we do in private and secret, you know, underneath the surface. Now, the moon can also indicate, just, you know, it can indicate secrets for some of you, unseen problems that maybe you're not able to identify yet. Could also indicate voluntary changes that you're making, but really trying to trust your intuition the best that you can, having to do with this return, but in a new way. I feel like there's a return to something, but it's taking on a new form. Then we have the Six of Coins, which is all about success. This is a great energy, right? Six of Coins is about giving and receiving. There's, you know, help, there's generosity. So it's like a successful vibe, like I have your back, you have mine, you know, feeling good about a connection. So qualifying that, we have the Ten of Coins with the Five of Wands. So, very interesting, because it feels like there might be an argument, a battle of the wills. We have the Five of Wands, Saturn and Leo. Five of Wands is a rivalry kind of situation, right? Where there are challenges, obstacles, but it's a very rivalrous energy. And when we have the Ten of Coins is very, very often having to do with some sort of legacy, inheritance, some sort of retirement package kind of thing. So some of you may be in a space where you're in a battle of the wills having to do with some sort of legacy, inheritance, some sort of family situation like that, some sort of issue having to do with retirement, some sort of issue having to do with finances as far as the legacy that you're able to leave. Others of you may be in conflict having to do with a home where your family was going to help you with something and maybe now they can't, or you're arguing with a family member to help you out in having something to do with your home. For others of you having to do with relationship, you may be in a space where you're having the big argument about getting married, you know, or the way you guys communicate, but it's more, this is a marriage card. It's, you know, will you marry me? Let's get married. Let's deepen this, let's take it to the next level. But again, because we have the Five of Wands and there's a battle of the will, you know, you guys may not be on exactly the same page, right? But at the same time, you are giving each other what it is that you need. So you may be in a little bit of like, as far as relationships go, you may be in a space where you're there for each other. I feel like, you know, the Six of Coins, however that's resonating with you, there's somebody there for you, right? Where you guys kind of have each other's back, but it's like there's more that is wanted, and that's where the conflict is rising. But because we got three yeses, there is going to be a positive outcome depending on how you framed your question. However you framed your question, the answer is yes. So is it, if it's, will this relationship be breaking up? And the answer is yes. Will we be working it out? The answer is yes, right? It depends on how you frame the question. All right, so let's get right into the Celtic cross spread. So by the way, guys, for the yes/no readings, I use the Chakra Tarot. A lot of you guys ask me about my cards, and I'm really terrible at remembering to give it, to identify each one. I know I should. I'm going to be using the Crystal Visions Tarot for the first layer of the Celtic cross spread. So we're starting out with the Devil reverse. Guys, please don't get freaked out by the reversals. Very often the reversals are far more positive than the upright, and it's just, these are messages that just want to come out. Readers do not sit and flip the cards or anything like that. You need to understand how the energy works with this. We have the Two of Cups. And the foundation is the Lover's energy. Okay. Now I'm going to pull both layers and then we're going to do the interpretation. We get the Unknown card for you right now. Yeah, Sagittarius, I feel like you're very confused about something in your life right now. And you say, oh, come on, Jackie, everybody's confused at some point or another, aren't they? I think this is very specific, though. Let's get the Unknown card. We're not supposed to know the answer to something right now. So let's see what else comes out. Let's see why. Okay. So working with the Devil, we have the Five of Pentacles. Okay. Working with the Four of Pentacles, we have the Four of Wands. Working with the best to be achieved outcome, we have the Page of Wands. Working with the foundation, we have the King of Pentacles. Working with the recent past, we have the Six of Pentacles reverse. Working with the near future, we have the Queen of Swords. Working with the Queen of Cups, double Queen energy. Oh, I like it. You're in control. You right now, okay, we have the Empress reverse with the Unknown card. We have the Strength card reverse as your external environment, working with the Seven of Wands in reverse. Okay, we have the Four of Cups as your hope and fear, working with the Judgment in reverse. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, working with the Strength card, nice, as the outcome. So, you know, I feel like it's going to end up being fine for you, but let's get right into this. So we have the Devil reverse energy and we have the Five of Pentacles. So when we talk about the Five of Pentacles, first of all, Five of Pentacles is having a lack mentality, right? Meaning like poverty, like a poverty kind of mentality. Some of you can be in a space where you're really not feeling well, where that you're experiencing some ill health. You might be very worried, feeling very isolated from a person or a situation, but experiencing some kind of financial loss. Now, what's important to understand, though, with this is very much a mental energy. It's a Mercury energy in Taurus. Taurus is a pentacle energy, so it's like a lot of thoughts about mental, physical, emotional connection and or resources is happening here. You may have more support than you realize, but not in the way that you would really ultimately like to have it, if that makes sense. Now, we do want to say that the Devil energy is a lot more positive in the reverse. It just is. This is about recovery, leaving an abusive situation. This could have to do with fun, feisty, and sexy times, right? If you're in relationship. If you are in recovery, any kind of recovery, if you're dealing with somebody who's in any kind of recovery. And when I say recovery, I don't mean only addiction, where it's alcohol, drugs, what have you. It could be any level of imbalance that's been getting in the way of the relationship being successful. So that could be someone, you know, with anxiety and depression unchecked and untreated, or it could be excessive egotism where all of a sudden they have an epiphany and a come to Jesus moment where they're realizing something here, right? But we have to understand that even though we're having this recovery, we're experiencing the sense of lack. So for some of you, having to do with relationship, this can indicate that you're actually leaving a toxic relationship. And if you were living with that person, you're in a space of feeling like, oh man, I don't have enough money, or what am I going to do about finances? Or I know they were horrible for me, but I miss them. And it's that kind of energy. If this has to do with a job, you know you left the job. It was the right thing to do. Even if you got fired, whatever the circumstance was, you know you weren't supposed to be there, but yet you're here like, but I need the money. I'm feeling really disconnected and very nervous about like my future or what have you. So what's crossing this energy is the Four of Wands and the Four of Pentacles. So we have two fours. So Four of Wands is all about foundation. This is a great energy. Great. It really is. This is like celebration. This is like kind of a coming home kind of energy too. Some of you may be moving back home, getting in touch with friends, getting in touch with families. This is another reunion energy too. So we did get the Six of Cups and the yes/no spread. So this is very indicative of that. This is also considered the honeymoon card, creating a set foundation. So the idea of foundation may be very, very prevalent for you right now. And then we have the Four of Pentacles. So the Four of Pentacles indicates a need for long-term security in the biggest way right now, to the point where you might be very protective of your money. But again, if it has to do with a relationship, this could have to do with mental, physical, and emotional connection. So you may be in a space of being very, very self-protective right? Where it's like you really want to have that solid foundation with that person, but you just feel like it can't happen, and you're in this space of really very much protecting yourself, right? So that's how it can, show up as far as career and as far as relationship. And it's similar application to any sort of family situation, friend situation as well. That would be leaving toxicity, but leaving the toxicity, even though it's for your highest good, it's putting you in the space of feeling a sense of lack, whether it's missing, whether it's money, whatever the case is. Now, the best to be achieved out of this outcome, we do have the Two of Cups in reverse. And the Two of Cups in reverse this does indicate a breakup, a separation, arguments, some level of disinterest in something, like not wanting to go back to something. So this could be like, okay, you know what, like that job is over. I need to just accept that it was not good for me. And when I say this is the best to be achieved, this is a good thing, Sag. And I know it's very difficult. Believe me, I know that, it's difficult to swallow that when we want to be in that job, or we want to be in that relationship, or we want to have that close connection with that family member or that friend. It's not easy, right? But there's this underlying tone here where this is really, and I hate to say it, for your own good. Because then we have the Page of Wands. Okay? The Page of Wands is a new project, creative ideas, a new relationship, a new connection. This is literally like closing the door on one thing and something else being right there, ready for you to get on board with it. So if this has to do with a job, I mean, the Page of Wands is a very creative energy. It's something that you're passionate about. It's motivating. It's moving forward. Same thing with a relationship. You can be meeting somebody who is... I'm going to say a little immature only because it's a page energy. Pages are always a little immature, but that just might be what the doctor ordered right now. Do you know what I mean? Kind of keeping it maybe a little light, right? If you can right now, right? For those of you who are resonating with it. But it's like a youthful, passionate, new. There's a kind of, and a new cycle here for you, which is really good. Now, the foundation we have is the King of Pentacles and the Lover's energy. Now, let's talk about this. Let's talk about the King of Pentacles first. So the King of Pentacles is solid, practical, wise. This is a leader. This is a really good investor. This could be you. This could be somebody that you're meeting. This could be a new boss that you're dealing with. But there is this element of this energy in your life right now that is solid, practical, wise, good investor. If it doesn't have to do with money, this is somebody who understands what's necessary for relationship. Like they understand what communication actually is and what it means to be in something committed. So really, really good. And we have the Lover's energy. The Lovers, first and foremost, is the need to make a decision. Right? This is Gemini energy, but this is about partnerships, deep love, but a choice. So it's the strength of two together. That's how it would resonate if you're here with relationship on your heart. In the same way, this could indicate needing to make a decision about that business venture, that business partner, working with those people, signing on the dotted line to work at that job, making the decision. Because understand that when we work somewhere, we have a shared soul purpose, and that's what the Lover's energy is based on, having a shared soul purpose. So this can even indicate a family member who has a shared soul purpose with you, or even a really good friend. But there's a decision that needs to be made. It's you're going to be making it in a very good mindset. I feel like very solid, very practical. Don't allow your emotions to kind of wash over you and make the decision for you. This is you being very sort of deliberate in the choices that you make now moving forward. Coming from the past, we have the Knight of Wands with the Six of Pentacles. So some of you may have been, keeping it real. I mean, some of you may have been with this, because the Knight of Wands energy can be a very sort of like a lusty person, very free-spirited. Could be a little bit of a player energy that, they really kind of like weren't there for you. They just weren't there for you. They were just unable to move on in this relationship in a really good way. So that you felt like there was kind of like this one-sided element, right? Where maybe you were doing all the work, maybe they were doing all the work. But there's selfishness here, right? And a struggle with that selfishness. So that's going to resonate with some of you as far as a relationship, meeting a little bit of a player and having them be a little selfish, right? For others of you, this could be where you were feeling really, really kind of excited and very creative and very free-spirited when it came to your career. You had a really good idea, you were very into it, you were very excited to move forward, but something happened, right? Where something became this kind of like one-sided kind of charity. There was debt was an issue here. There was selfishness struggling. So you may have been experiencing that, or you maybe having somebody maybe in your energy field that's experiencing this as well, or instead of you, right? So it's this idea of debt, one-sided charity, right? Selfishness, struggling, but yet feeling like, come on, let's go, you know? So some of you may be in this, maybe coming from the space of feeling really excited to just get it going already in a new career with somebody, with a relationship, something, but it's like, you almost feel like you're the only one showing up at the table. And you know, the background, you know, in all of this is this idea of possible debt, of possible, like, you know, either needing to give somebody money or you needing to ask somebody for money, right? It being like this one-sided charity thing. It's frustrating though. Definitely a frustrating kind of energy for sure. So let's get right into what's going on with you right now. We do have the unknown card. So the unknown card is we're not meant to understand something fully yet, but to give us a little bit of clarity, we need to look at the Empress in reverse. And this is about dependence on others. This could be for some of you fertility issues, right? Because the Empress is the mother of the tarot. She's perpetually pregnant. So in reverse, obviously, could indicate fertility issues. This could certainly indicate limited resources, because the Empress is a Venus energy, and Venus is one of the money planets, and it's also, you know, the planet of value, self-value, value of love, anything like that. So you may be in the space of feeling a sense of lack, not feeling really good about yourself. You might be feeling like, you know, why did this happen? How did I let that happen? How did I let this happen to me? You know, whatever, this kind of like not feeling really good about things in one part of your life, certainly not in every area. It's not so cut and dry, but that's how some of you are going to be understanding this. But the thing is here, there is this outcome that's going on right now that's sort of unfolding underneath the surface that you are really not in touch with. And that makes sense to me because we got those two Neptune energies in the yes-no spread, so I'm really not surprised at that. So here we have the Strength reverse and the Seven of Wands reverse as far as your external environment right now. So when we have the Strength reverse, this is a Leo energy. Leo is the ruler of the 5th house. And when we have this in reverse, somebody's ego is at play here, right? This can be an abuse of power. This can be disgrace. This could be fear, discord, like some kind of also like self-sabotage, self-sabotaging behavior could be surrounding you. Now, it doesn't have to be your issue. You may be dealing with an energy that's kind of going through a period of self-sabotage, or is abusing their power, or who's just so scared to move forward in a particular way. It's like they're paralyzed, right? But this is indicative of a kind of like self-sabotage here for sure. And then we have the Seven of Wands. So the Seven of Wands is a Mars and Leo energy. So Mars, again, is always in there to get us to look at things. So you may be having some sort of situation with the person where you feel like you need to draw a line in the sand. It's a great way of looking at it, right? Because there's something that you're dealing with, something in your environment right now that's actually it's like weak boundaries are showing up, plans stalling out, this idea of quitting. So maybe you're quitting, maybe somebody else is quitting, giving up on the relationship, giving up on the job, something like that. But this is the general energy. This is the external energy surrounding you right now. So again, it's not necessarily you. You can be dealing with this energy from somebody else, and it's impacting you right now. Now, in your hope and your fear, we have the Judgment reverse, which is Pluto reverse, and we have the Four of Cups reverse. So the Four of Cups, let's talk about the Four of Cups reverse first. So this is a new outlook and a direction and a new option. Now, this is your hope, but at the same time, it's something that you're fearing won't happen. So this is another card that we like in the reverse far more than in the upright. And then we have the Judgment energy in reverse, but this is about denial and an error in judgment and fearing change and feeling weak in some area. But again, this would be considered your challenge. So it's like you want this new start, you want this new something, but at the same time you're experiencing there's some sort of denial going on somewhere, Sag. I mean, and only you would know the answer to that. And look, part of the human condition is that's part of it, right? I mean, we can't be 100% enlightened in every area of ourselves at all times. That's illogical and it's just not real. We're all experiencing denial on one level or another almost at every moment, but it's a matter of really getting in touch with what is very prevalent right now as far as something that's impacting your life that you might not be seeing really clearly, right? Where you might be making an error in judgment, because you're fearing change. Because that's the thing. A lot of times, like we know exactly what's going on, right? But we don't want to see the red flags. We don't want to see the rose-colored glasses. Again, don't beat yourself up. That's all. It's all part of it. But I feel like there's something here that you might be dressing up in something, but you know it. See, because it's in your hope and fear, I feel like you know it, and it's sort of, I'm going to be surprised if we don't get the mice card when we pull the Lenormand. So I feel like there's something sort of like eating at you here. And now as the outcome, we have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, and we have the Strength in the upright. Okay, so the Strength in the upright, this is self-love, unconditional love, self-respect, courage, Sag. So I like this. This is that Leo energy, getting in touch with your creativity. Using your big heart, putting it out there, allowing romance, by the way, for many of you, because Strength is Leo. Leo's the landlord of the 5th house, which rules romance. It rules the act of sex. It rules boyfriend-girlfriend relationships. And I don't say that for gender. I say that for type of relationship, because everybody says the 7th house is for relationship. It is. It's partnerships, but that would be more marital. 5th house would be more love affair, dating sort of kind of thing, having a good time, letting yourself be seen, or that kind of thing. And it's working with the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Now this is about, if it has to do with money, this has to do with greed. Either you are dealing with somebody who's very greedy right now, going into debt, stressing about money. But I like that we have the Strength card, because this tells me that you're going to be dealing with it. You're going to be very solution oriented, very solution based. Things may be going on having to do with your money, having to do with your career, but the Strength energy is going to allow you to really think about, get really in line with your creativity, figuring out what it is that you want to do. Remember, the Strength energy is Leo. Leo also indicates like entrepreneurial activities. This also has to do with children as well. The Ace of Pentacles, yeah. If it has to do with money. Now, if it doesn't have to do with money, this can indicate feeling a sense of lack as far as connection, and really stressing about this sense of lack and this fear to move forward with the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. But the Strength energy is going to pull you out of it, whatever it is that you're afraid to move into. Yeah, because I get a very strong vibe, man. We have double queens here as the near future. Beautiful. Queen of Cups, Queen of Swords. Let's talk about the Queen of Cups first. Nurturing, a nurturing person, healing, support. Now this could be you. You might be meeting somebody like this. Gender doesn't matter here. Gender doesn't matter. But this is a Gemini and Cancer energy. So Gemini is about communication, and Cancer is that 4th house of safety, home, roots, grounded, what you need to feel loved, safe, secure, and having that conversation, realizing within yourself what it is that you need, whether it has to do with a job, whether it has to do with an intimate relationship. Actually, I mean, I kind of feel like this kind of goes across the board, but I like that you're going to be doing this in this Queen of Swords energy, because this is a very self-sufficient energy, total honesty. Total honesty. So I love this with having the energy that we had in your hope and fear, because I do feel like something is rising up to the surface that you need to look at. Could be little, could be big. Depends. This is a general reading. But you're going to be using a very practical approach because swords are mental. It's based in reality. It's communication. So really, like, I feel like that is what it's going to be about. And you're going to be realizing that you are self-sufficient and that you want to just be in this completely honest place right now in your life. And that is going to be your focus right now, is what I'm seeing. So that's what we have for this, for the Celtic cross spreads. Some good messages here. Good messages doesn't mean that doesn't mean easy messages, but it means good messages. All right, so let's go into the Lenormand. And let's see what Lenormand has for us. And then we'll go into Love Oracles, the love only at the end. Okay, for those of you in that space. Not everybody is. Okay, we're starting off with the Labyrinth. I like it. Labyrinth is a good energy because it's about trying different things, okay? Let me try this. Nope, that didn't work. Okay, let me try this. Yeah, you have the blessing of the sun with you. You're going to have everything that you need. Snake. You know, I almost said snake before. I said mouse before. Interesting. Polar bear has to do with resources, sustenance. This could be you, this female, very patient version of the female. This could be you. Sagittarius, if you're a female Sagittarius, this could be a prominent female in your life. If you don't have a prominent female and you're a man in a same-sex relationship, this would be indicative of your partner. Taking a chance. Oh, but but you're not seeing that. There's an option that is not visible to you yet. Oh, I like it. And we got the dog. Yes, I like it. All right. So I feel like, first of all, let's just hone in here. We have the snake next to the polar bear. And I want you to understand, like, she's looking at this. Like, she understands. Understand, guys, this is Lenormand. It's not tarot, so it's a different system. We have to just kind of give one cohesive message because the cards speak to each other. But this is the need to try different approaches, the Labyrinth. Trying a different approach is actually what's going to bring everything that you need to move forward in a healthy way. But there is this energy that's very duplicitous in your life. That's very, the snake is very like Genesis in the Bible, Adam and Eve, eat this apple, nothing's going to happen, I swear. So it's this very insincere energy that has to do with resources, finances, sustenance, what it is that you need to actually live. And this person is really challenging that. This person, this situation, this job, that boss, those co-workers, that family member, that friend, they're very duplicitous. And whatever they're being duplicitous about, it's actually impacting your ability to really take good care of yourself in the way that you're supposed to be taking care of yourself. But this is the thing. What you don't see over your shoulder here, we have the dice, which is all about taking a chance, taking a risk. And then we have the dog. Now, the dog can indicate a really good friend, a therapist, or just the other side of yourself. Now, I do know sometimes a lot of people in my community, they do understand the dog as being their little animal, their pet that's crossed over. And I absolutely believe that, right? Because energetically, we do communicate with our animals. That's just something that I do believe. And this could be getting some sort of energetic message from an entity, a soul, a spirit that has your best intentions and who loves you. And it's this very important message that's going to be coming in that is meant to say, you know exactly what you need to do. You know the answer. You already know the answer. So when we get the dog, it's like confirmation. Something's going to be coming to you, though, that's confirmation that you need to take a chance on. So you need to take a chance. And you know what it is. That's the thing. You know exactly what it is. So you're getting in touch with whatever it is that's challenging your ability to have the money that you want, to be as happy as you want in that career, to be as happy as you want in that relationship, whatever it is. Maybe you had to kiss a bunch of frogs to get to the right one. Maybe you had to go through a bunch of jobs in order to figure out. Because that's the thing with the Labyrinth. The Labyrinth is this process of maybe not knowing right away what it is that you want, but by process of elimination, figuring out what it is that's not going to work for you. And a lot of times it's through experience. you know, trying out a job, some sort of internship, something, and saying, nope, you know what? I don't think so. I don't want to do that. And same thing with relationship. So pretty specific message, but I do like it. And it's aligning with the other two spreads that we did. There is this thing that you have to see. There is this message that has to be seen. Absolutely. All right, let's get into the love. I don't know how to fix us. I know I didn't handle things the right way, but I don't know how to fix it. I feel like I got these for somebody else. So see, when you check your other signs, you know, your sun, moon, rising, and Venus, these don't come up in that reading. That'll be further confirmation. The mask has fallen off. Mask has fallen off. Okay, so obviously those are my homemade oracles. Now we're going to pull some Island Time Wellness. Photograph. Looking at your photos, missing you, nostalgia, making new memories. Love, unconditional love, self-love, oneness, passion, affection, attraction. Sunglasses, watching, looking, stalking, gaslighting, perception, focusing out. Somebody might be stalking you on social media, being very tricky with social media, looking at photos. Yeah, I do get that very strongly here. Somebody doesn't know how to fix something, but they're spying. There's spying going on here. Sagittarius, spying. Keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. There's spying going on here. And you're realizing it. You're seeing it. Finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. Okay. Okay, I'm going to pull a couple of Whispers of Love oracles. First one. The heart of the matter. There is more going on here than meets the eye. You guys are very mysterious this week. The unknown card. There's more going on here than meets the eye. Let's see. Let's pull one more. True love. This love is a once in a lifetime. What is going on in this relationship? My goodness. I feel like there's something cooking here. Hold on. All right. I need to pull some tarot. Where are we going here? I'm going to accept reversals for this, Spirit. I will accept reversals for these, okay? The Empress reverse again. Page of Swords reverse. Death reverse. Ace of Swords reverse. And no, the deck is not upside down, guys. It's not the way it works. Sometimes, you know, that's just the way the messages come out. All right. So let's talk about the Empress here. We have dependence on others. Some sort of fertility issues could have been a thing here. Limited resources. So something else addressing with finances and career could have been something who's contributing what, you know, anything like that. Having to do with contribution, right? But then we have the Page of Swords. Now, when we have the Page of Swords, this is some sort of, there was some sort of bad news that came in. There could be, for some of you, this could have to do with, could have to do with tax issues. It could have to do with some sort of legal issues, but some sort of bad news coming in. Now, for others of you, you might even be having some sort of issues with, if you guys have children together, something going on with children. Yeah, because the Empress reverse also can mean an issue with children, not only fertility. So there may be issues with children that are at play here within this connection. And then we have the Death reverse, which is all about stagnation, inertia, some sort of like hope that you had, just kind of like breaking down, and you're feeling very stuck. feeling very stuck, not able to move forward. Even if you know that something needs to be done over, you know it needs to be transformed, but you know you can't do it alone, that kind of thing, and then we have the Ace of Swords. This is stress, right? Mental blocks, poor judgment, dealing with somebody who's very dishonest. So there is some sort of dishonesty that's going on here that needs to be addressed. It needs to be addressed. So that, makes sense to me with the heart of the matter. There is more going on here than meets the eye. Look inside yourself. Examine what is causing you to feel this way. Sag, you could also be the one who's maybe, looking them up, right? On social media, maybe. Friendship. Nurture the bonds of friendship within your relationship and your love life will dramatically improve. I have to tell you what I'm getting very intuitively here from this. I feel like communication is not very, I'm not even going to say it's not good. The communication, it seems like, is being handled very, very subjectively. And there is an inability to really fully see either how they feel or they to see how you feel. And this is really a sticking point where there's some sort of expectation either that you have for them or they have for you. That level of expectation is not being handled in an open and accepting manner. So it's almost like it's being fought against. And it could have to do with children. It could have to do with finances. It could have to do with just the pragmatic connection, because under it all, there's love here. There's love and there's friendship underneath it, okay? But somebody made poor decisions and choices and said things that were maybe not accepted in the way that they were intended, and there ended up being a lot of arguing and animosity. But now it's like there's still this love and this friendship and this missing. But we have this very definitive sense of stagnation, because you guys need to, and really everybody's story is going to be a little different, but there needs to be this coming together on the same page. So for some of you, I feel almost a sense of unrequited love. For others of you, I feel like, there is an opportunity here if the person that you're dealing with understands what it is that's necessary to fix this, what needs to be communicated. And as far as the reversals go, we're energetic beings. We're not puppets. We can turn these up right. This just tells me that something is not right within this connection that needs addressing. So again, this is not going to resonate with all of you guys. I'm sorry if it's not your message. Maybe we'll get you next time. I am going to be doing another deep love read, addressing all types of relationships, like I did a couple of weeks ago. I'm going to do one of those a month, moving forward. Okay, my friends, that is what I have for you. I hope this was helpful in some way. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.